What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? This is going to be a quick video, but as you see on the title, this video is going to be about why I love Brazilian Jiu-jitsu better than any other martial arts that I've taken. Uh, Over the past 20 years, I've studied Aikido, Hapkido, and Yoshukai Karate. I took Taekwondo a little bit, but was not really impressed by it because it was too one-dimensional, centered around kicks, and for me, that just didn't uh, seem practical in true self-defense situations. The martial arts that I've taken over the years, including Kempo, uh, I took primarily for self-defense reasonings, and I just didn't see that Taekwondo was feasible for true self-defense situations. Now, of course, obviously, there's some kicks that you can utilize in practical situations that might be beneficial, but uh, ultimately not necessarily. Uh, but, and I must say, the other martial arts I have, being a former law enforcement officer, deputy sheriff, I have used my martial arts training several times in on situations that has protected me, kept me safe in actual real life situations. So this is not to actually down any martial arts that I've taken or someone else has taken. But for me, I must say Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I've only been Brazilian Jiu Jitsu now, practicing it officially 8 weeks. And I just want to say that in that 8 weeks time, that also uh, I'm taking Brazilian Jiu Jitsu under the banner of Gracie Baja Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Um, and the environment that they have created is unbelievable. It's beautiful. The curriculum is great. The professors, instructors, uh, that's at my location is outstanding, phenomenal, and it really just makes you feel at home and makes learning very easy. But also, I did freestyle wrestling for years, middle school, high school, pretty much all my life. And I'm an athlete, so I'm very athletic. I work out. People that's followed me for a long time know I was a competitive bodybuilder and everything else. But the main reason I like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu better than all the other forms that I have personally done is that it puts what you have been taught in class leading up to today or your first day or whatever day. Uh, you are put on the mat toward the end of the class, and basically it's go. And you get to test out what you know, what you think you know, your strength, your speed, your agility, your endurance, basically your whole understanding of grappling and jiu-jitsu out there on the mat with another human being that's actively resisting you at 100%. You're going 100%, and you're able to then see what works in certain situations for you at that time under uh, these circumstances, be it a lighter opponent, a heavier opponent. Someone might be faster than you, someone might be stronger than you, but you get to put what you know and what you've been taught to um, you get to put it out there to see if it works. You get to put it in action. Other martial arts, you are really dealing with theory. And when I say theory as in you're doing katas, which I think is good because it helps with muscle memory and things of that nature, accuracy, speed, quickness. But you're doing, excuse me, you're doing a kata based on the theory that somebody's going to throw a punch this way, or going to kick at you this way, or going to try to grab you this way. But ultimately, that is all theory. You don't really know in a real life situation against a truly combative individual will this work, because what happens if the guy doesn't throw the punch the way you thought he would, or you needed him to, or you wanted him to, that's a that's a that's a messed up situation for you. Um, and also, I think it goes back down to training as well. Like I said, I've utilized martial arts in real life as a law enforcement officer, and it's done great to protect me. But it's the thing with jujitsu is every day you go to class, you are going to be able to test what you have learned, what you have studied against a truly combative individual. And not only are you going to do it against that individual, because once the 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long you roll with that person, it goes, you're going to be now rolling against somebody else and then somebody else. So for us at Gracie Baja, uh, it's roughly our last 25 minutes, or maybe 30. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But 25, 30 minutes, it's, it's either sweep pass submit, is working from a position. Somebody might have your back, or you might be in, or you might have somebody from the back, and your objective is to choke them, and their objective is to get out of your so you have a seatbelt uh, grab where you're holding on to the person, and their objective is to get out of that bad situation and turn it to a positive for them. And it's your job to try to choke them or submit them. Or if you're doing sweep pass submit and you're on the bottom and you got them in your guard, your objective is to submit them or sweep them, and their objective is to submit you or pass your guard. And then you might have free rolling where it's like, hey, go out there and go. So I like that significantly better because it really puts you in a position where you have to test your abilities. If you see how fast you are, how quick you are, how good you're able to transition from one attempted submission to another submission, or how to get out of a submission attempt and things of that nature. So I'm loving Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Today is Sunday. This past Friday, I received my first stripe. My first stripe, and I'm gonna use that as my thumbnail. But I got my first stripe on my white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I earned my first stripe, and uh, at my academy, in my school, where I take Brazilian Jiu Jitsu at Gracie Baja, it's not based on like a lot of other martial arts where you pay for a test to see if you move up a belt or a degree. It's not that you go to your instructor say, I think I'm ready to move up. Your instructor here, which are called professors, that's Portuguese for instructor, uh, they determine when you move up. They determine if you have earned another stripe or another degree. And I think that's great because what it does, at least for me, it takes the whole moving up, getting degrees, changing belts, and all that out of the picture. It puts it more on me to just get better. And our professors are very, very observant. They're watching, they're seeing if you've gotten better, if you've learned how to sweep, how to pass, how to submit. They're very, very good professors. So when I was told to come up to in front of the class Friday to get my stripe, it was unexpected, and it really made me feel great because all martial arts, for the most part, that is very popular, well known, starts off with a white belt. So having a white belt for me is cool. It's no problem. But ultimately, your first day there, you get a white belt. So this degree, for me, puts me in the mindset of, yes, I am truly and officially here. I am I have made that true initial step toward achieving black belt status. Now that's going to be years down the road, but it's really saying something. That's putting the next step um, where I need to be to eventually become a black belt. So that's big time motivation for me to just work harder, to keep going, keep pushing, and get more stripes on my belt, get to the blue belt, eventually the purple belt, eventually brown belt, and then that prestigious Brazilian Jiu-jitsu black belt. But yes, I don't want this video to be too long, but that's all I wanted to really talk about. I'm really excited for this journey. I can honestly say this about my experience in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu so far. Uh, every time I show up for class, and every time I leave, when I leave there a better person, a smarter person, a more intellectually sound person, a physically better person, and I think there's very few things that I can say uh, will take a good man or woman and make them better. Truly, like literally. Because you learn something. Every time you go to class, you learn something new. And you're able to put that move, or whatever, another level of patience into practice. And I said this on my Facebook page, I feel that if you can get put in the most uncomfortable position in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu on the mat, and you're in the worst possible position, and you know how to work your way out of that position and make that bad, uncomfortable position turn into a good winning position for yourself. If you can get comfortable doing that in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, everything else in life is pretty much simple. Barring something extremely serious. But you learn patience. You learn to pay attention more, feel things, see things, experience things, and utilize what you see and experience and feeling, all of that into motion to better your situation at that time. And you can take that from Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and apply it to real life. But I'm gonna end it at that, and I get back with y'all. We have open mat classes, and now since I have a stripe on my belt, I can start participating in what is called GB2, or the more advanced classes, with the other, primarily with more seasoned white belts, blue belts, and purple belts. And I'm looking forward to that. I can put a lot more mat time in and stuff now versus just being exclusively in what is considered GB1, or the beginners class. So I'll get back with y'all soon. Hopefully I'll be able to start videoing some things on the mats, especially on Sundays when we have open mat classes. I'm sure we could probably video then. So and doing some drills and stuff. But yeah, I hope everything's good with y'all. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace.